the team, and one of their maps was Cash. That was their best map. They became known as one of the teams that had the most tactical depth on the map. So this is a great start for them, and they won't be able to dictate the pace immediately, though, as they'll be on the CT side. So we'll get to see Vega Squadron and what they have in store for the Swedes.
Mir has been dropped to Deagle. He's got Kevlar as well. Bit up close, he's running out of bullets. He's going to go down. Mid in control, but it's still a lurker in Chopper. They're suggesting A, but it could be a B. Freiberg, though, still in the checkers area. Going to call for a teammate to rotate again, but down he goes. That's going to leave Forrest with the range, but again, the numbers advantage not working out here for NiP. Down Forrest goes. No kills yet for Vega Squadron in this round. Finally, there's one. Hutchie getting popped by Exist. Can he and Get Right go back into this? Knives out for Kashanda. Awkward for him. Not expecting Get Right. Can't do much else, though. Exist now behind the smoke. Not much for him to do in this situation.
He can give it a go, though. 3 headshots, not too much to ask. Exist looking to get himself his first headshot now here, coming in from the upper position at the top of that ramp. And there's 3 players facing once. That's not going to go too well for you. Quite fun to see the Deagle picked up there by Mir. Kevlar Deagle, that's pretty awesome in the end. But, you know, it's despite getting a 1-0 start, Vega Squadron, they have a lot to prove to us against NiP. Again, NiP is so well versed on this map that they should be able to get a lot out of these rounds where they have only pistols. We're already seeing right now that NiP has picked up a lot of HE grenades. That's 4 HE grenades and a few smokes and a few pistols. Opting not to get the Kevlar. And again, this is just due to the fact that they have already an idea, an understanding of how to play around like this. We're going to start to see some of the nades going over the boost. Doesn't catch anyone of Vega Squadron. And that's unfortunate. Almost all the nades have been used now. Just 1 smoke left for NiP.
NiP leaving themselves with around $900 average. So they've managed their economy. Often we see CT's sides lose the pistol round and then go in for the full force. When the buy round comes in, they've got very limited grenades and they find it hard to hold the map, etc. NiP maybe paying attention to those situations, leaving more money in the bank. Vega Squadron, you can't really favor them. However, it's best of 1. Again, the loser is eliminated. Best of 1, always precarious, especially against a team you're unfamiliar with. It may take you a while to see what they're up to. And that might be to Vega Squadron's advantage on the T side. Have they left enough time, though, for this push?
It's a good question. Things start to get a little bit hairy, but 40 seconds should be good enough. Going to be running into the stack, more or less. CS runs out of bullets. Oh, just a hail of bullets there. And all NiP are falling to the MAC-10s. MAC-10s with 4 kills between the 2 players, which is optimal, as that gives you quite a nice kill reward. Kill bonus.
Maximizing the cash.
Yeah, so a great start here from Vega Squadron overall. You can see that they were keeping it chill to begin with. Went for their push on TA site, had the right grenades to make their lives easier, and the MAC-10s, you know, coordinated them in the right way as also, and it's all worked out very well. So that is really nice to see from Vega Squadron.
Yeah, this is a great start for Vega Squadron, and again, best of 1. They're starting on the T side rather. I feel like that is to their advantage because if NiP are unfamiliar, if NiP start with a bad CT side and it takes them a while to figure out what Vega Squadron are up to in general, then this map could step away from them, or at least it could become very hairy indeed. Eco round for NiP. So hopefully we'll see a good round again from Vega Squadron. Thought maybe JR was going to get rid of 1 grenade to pick up another. If you see teams throwing flashbangs in their spawns, it's to pick up an incendiary or a smoke. Well, this is going to be a brief one. Freiberg left alone, no one too deep in mid, apart from Mir, who may have the high ground. And there is the round. Time for the buy of NiP.
And we've had some really clean rounds. Right now, there's only 2 kills on NiP, and that was in the pistol, I think. I think they've survived with everyone in the last 2 rounds, so that's amazing, especially against the likes of NiP. So, yeah, that is the case. So, yeah, we can see their money is reflecting that at the moment. And they can continue to keep on with these MAC-10s and the Scout as well. Due to the fact that NiP were fairly conservative with their money, they're going to have a lot of helmets, though. It's only Pit that's not with a helmet. So the MAC-10s won't be quite as deadly as they otherwise might be had we seen a force buy out of NiP.
Very good points to note there. I see a fast boost from NiP. See that ridge on the right of the wall. Never see the HGs come in that way. Not required though for NiP. Mir going down, but Chopper fighting Pit in a spray. Often you'll see the Ts spray through the smoke on that angle early on to cut off CTs making their way towards the boost position. One man down per side, but Vega Squadron ill-equipped at the moment. There goes Freiburg, stuck in no man's land, trying to find a safe haven, but Chopper will take him away as well.
So quite a precarious situation at this point for NiP. Starting to ask questions in mid, and in doing so, abandoning A, which is exactly where Vega Squadron want to go. Let's see whether or not NiP are going to start shuffling back. It looks like they will, and they're going to start to hear some of the grenades going off, so they know what's going on at the moment. NiP will start to rotate their third player as well. Exist and Get Right, though, they have to do a lot of damage. They're already on the front. Will Get Right try to stop the plant here. It's very risky. Triple face comes in. Spray down from Exist, and despite them lining up, he's unable to get more than one, leaving Forest in a 1 versus 3. Again, not an impossible situation, but looks like JR is more than capable for the task in that 1 versus 1. And that's a 4-0 start here for Vega Squadron, claiming the first buy versus buy round.
Yeah, that now, yes, it's very early days, but NiP's buy has been broken. They have to go on an eco. Vega Squadron are in a very strong position to get a lot of rounds immediately off the bat. And that means NiP are going to be on a comeback trail for a very long time. If you're an NiP fan, they said they have many, you have to be worried. Even that 4-0 here, again, it's best of 1. There's a very small margin for error. And again, you lose 1 buy round, especially early on the CT side when you've lost the pistol. It's going to be ecoing for days. Freiburg charging straight through. They surely saw his helmet there. Maybe not. Chopper, though, not going to get taken down. Mir there to save him.
Yeah, poor Freiburg, really feeling the, or rather the inconvenience that is the aim punch when you're trying to shoot someone. But still a few Deagles here to get some damage in, and they really need to get damage because that's one of the big problems right now. We've got 3 players essentially on $10,000 into the 5th round for Vega Squadron. That is amazing. That means NiP are going to have to win against buys upon buys upon buys, and the Ts already don't need as much money as the CTs to buy properly. So that's a very bad way to start things off here for the Swedes. And Exist is now the last man standing, and there's only so much that he can do with 8 points of health and a Deagle. That's pretty good, though. I'll take that. 5-0 for Vega Squadron. NiP in trouble. But now comes the next buy, and they should be able to get an AWP. So what is the change here for NiP?
As you said, Dan, look at the money on Vega Squadron. Only one person had to rebuy. Look at all that cash. NiP going to have to win 3 rounds, as you said, and they're going to have people surviving, because if they win rounds with, say, 2 players alive, then Vega Squadron are going to have better buys repeatedly. So there's colossal pressure on NiP to succeed in a number of ways here. Win rounds with lots of people intact, so on and so forth. And that's before you get to consecutive rounds as well. This is a really bad start for NiP on their CT side. Forest smoked off. Usual scenarios from the T side, taking the checkers area. The grenades, the mere grenades force the CTs out of the checkers area unless they want to take high risks. And that makes it very easy for Vega Squadron to split the B bomb site, which they're going to start to do now all over the place. The numbers, they're crossing to the site as well. Freiburg, though, not spotted yet. That smoke may favor the CTs in the short term, but Freiburg won't have any help.
Freiburg's playing this really well at the moment, just holding his position. They have no idea he's there, and he knows that because he saw where the Molotovs landed. They thought the position would be surely clear, but it is not. Freiburg still holding down the bomb sites. Still alive, sitting in there, which is so important, because now Kishanda's going to wrap around the back, and it's going to be Get Right. Just Freiburg left now, alone against 3 players. They know where he is, but the bomb is down in no man's land there, in front of the ramp on the site. Freiburg standing tall here, looking to get the next kill. There it is. 2 more players to find, and they're incredibly low. Freiburg in for this 1 versus 3 right now. Very favorable spot for him, and they have to come to him to pick up that bomb. Can they find a way to get a trade? It's very difficult when he's playing this position. Kishanda and Mir, though, trying to see if they can work out what the perfect timing could be, or the perfect approach. Freiburg just needs to land that first bullet on both players, and he's good to go. Missing it on Mir. There it is, though. Kishanda goes for the push. Now just one more 1 versus 1, and Freiburg will save this round for NiP. It's so incredibly important that he does. Here comes Mir, and Freiburg's going to nail it. Great hold from Freiburg.
That is a huge play. Even when there were 3 players left for Vega Squadron, they didn't really know where he was. I think you could see that from Hutchie, just looking everywhere as he makes his way up the ramp. and then the health is just too low. But again, NiP survive with all of one player. The fact Freiburg saved the AWP may be huge in the coming round, and that could be spawn dependent as well. Of course, he's got a reasonable spawn, so we'll see if he chooses aggression. And indeed, you see the much better buy from Vega Squadron. 2 UMPs for NiP, so things will only get harder from this point on.
Yeah, Mir going to go for the fast peek there on middle, but the smoke will deny him. Forest with the AWP straight away is just holding B alone, allowing NiP to play a 2-man setup on middle. That said, that setup is being diminished. Freiburg goes down early on, and that's going to be problematic. Now, does Pit go passive now, having lost a teammate, or do they double down here? They've got 3 players with their attention on middle. They've abandoned the A-bomb site once again in this, this somewhat early timing in the round still. And we can see them shuffling on back and perhaps giving mid up more or less completely. Vega Squadron geared up for an A attack, I feel.
Again, Mir just spraying through a tight angle. We'll come back to that because we've got problems on the A site for NiP. The man advantage retained from Vega Squadron. Get right in Kishanda going down. Oh, Pit, bad positioning from him. No control of the mid area. Allows Mir to get another kill. Leaving Forest and Exist with a lot of work to do. 2 more players coming his way. We've got Chopper flanking Forest as well from the B area, so he's got to be careful. And JR might try to waste time. In fact, he's going to rotate because of Chopper's position. He's basically in CT spawn.
What an incredibly tough position to be in for Forest. We've seen some great 1 versus 2 clutches from him off the plants as well recently. But this is definitely going to be quite the ask. He has no idea at all where these 2 players could be. And he doesn't know where the plant is either. Could be anywhere else. So they've had all the time in the world and they know it. And he knows it. Forrest now moving forward. He's got the AWP as well. He has to hit the first shot. As soon as he misses, he's basically dead. And there's the first peek. Forrest lands it, though. Headshot straight away onto JR, leaving just Chopper. And now Forrest has discovered the bomb. He doesn't have a smoke to help him out here. It's going to be very tough. Once again, he's in a position where if he misses 1 shot, he'll lose too much time. He has to connect this shot when there is a peek from Chopper. Does Chopper have good timing on this one? Forrest, will he go for the hold here? Chopper's forced to come out to try to check the bomb. And Forrest, he's left with no choice but to go for the hold. And the round goes to Vega Squadron.
This is worst case scenario for NiP. 6-1 is worse than 7-0 at the moment. Flipside beat NiP on cash to knock them out of the major. Yeah, I mean, with the start that Vega Squadron had, there's a very, very reasonable chance that this could happen again. Again, 7-0 is worse, or sorry, 6-1 is worse than 7-0 in this situation for NiP because they've been wiped out and they've got no money, which means they have nothing to defend with. So it's even easier for Vega Squadron to rack up more rounds. It's very plausible that we might see a 10-1 start.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And just that fact that in the first 5 or 6 rounds, Vega Squadron built up so much money. They got to a point where you'd have to beat them and you'd have to force them to go for 4 buys, like 4 times in a row or something before they lose money, because they get the loss bonus and any plant bonuses as well. Just means that they have a never-ending supply of buys. And then when a situation like this happens, it just gets to that point again. Okay, well, you guys are probably going to not be able to get many kills against us, so more money is built that way as well. So everything is against NiP right now. They're going to have the most ridiculous T side themselves, which is something that they've been known for. But
if NiP can get if they can get 6 rounds, then they have some margin for error on their T side, and they can still mount a comeback. But they need to get those 6 rounds.
Yeah, it's a good question to ask about where those rounds are going to come from. But if that AK can be saved or brought into the next round, that would be helpful for NiP. It looks like they're going to try to go for more damage, though. Try to get rid of some of that money here. Exist, nice headshot from him, but again, the aim punch is a problem. 2 kills, though. It's not too bad, considering what their investment was, but it is small consolation in the face of the reality which faces them at the moment. So 7-1, NiP need to save again. And what do they decide to do here? Because as you can see, like they've opted to go for the choice of very little investment, which will give them potentially an extra buy, in a few rounds later on, as opposed to some teams that would probably buy with Kevlar, buy up to like $2,000 or something. NiP have left a fair amount in the bank.
Get right in pits, not having a great day. At the moment, just 1 kill for each person. Vega Squadron. You have to wonder though, like, yes, Vega Squadron are starting off really, really well, but is this are they going to feel pressure as well? Like they could. It won't even. If they win, they don't qualify. They need one more win. But what a scalp to take. That has to play a part in, psychologically for them.
I just can't see a world where NiP aren't in a major. I just can't see that world, and that that world looks like it might be the reality here. Give me the red pill. So Pit right now with that PT50, not really a good engagement here, but he might be able to sneak away with a headshot, but no, it's Mir that takes him down without too much issue. And once again, everyone back at $10K.
Yeah.
Crazy.
They're back just stuffing money into the into that money gun, firing bills for days. Right then. NiP, it's one of the few chances they will have going forward, should they fail, to get back into this half. 8 to 7 is still possible, but is it plausible? You can decide just by the sheer money on Vega Squadron if they keep playing the way they're playing. The problem is NiP, Mir in the middle area with his sprays, as CT's been going towards the boost position, has disabled or maimed the NiP team very early in a number of rounds. On this occasion, he's not going there, but it seems they've been conditioned not to make that play either. They can't afford to make that play anymore.
Yeah, the lack of AWP of NiP right now, I wonder how the impact of that will be. Right now, the NiP are playing less pressure on middle, and they have given up frags. They've gone 1-for-1 or straight up just had a deficit of players with those mid-aggressions previously, so just sitting passively on the A-bomb side. This boost timing could work out very well. Exist now does feel committed, I think, after all these nades coming in to stay in the position by the boost. That's an all-in play here from Get Right and Exist, and that all-in play is going to fail massively. Both players going down for a single frag. That is not going to be good enough here. 2 players left, and they are coming in from Connector and from CT, but they're in a 2 versus 3 after plant.
Mir with off angles in front of the truck, that'll be good enough, leaving Forest in 1 versus 3. And at 1 to 8, they can't afford for him not to go for this. He has to play out of his skin, as he has been in some rounds this weekend. Is this too much to ask, though? You see JR towards quad. They have no idea where Forest is coming from. He's the first to peek, and he will be the first one to get the kill. 9 to 1, NiP, their money's gone once again.
Okay, so we get a timeout from NiP, and just think about again, just think about what happens if Vega Squadron win this one, and NiP are eliminated from the qualifier.
The thing is, I mean, we can't look too far forward, but if Vega Squadron are to win this match, you have to feel like they are in gatekeeper mode. We're not going to make it to the major, but we're not going to let you make it to the major. But such is the nature of a best of one. I mean, this is really, really bad for NiP. Just even looking at the remainder of this half, again, Vega Squadron is just building so much cash that there's no break from the pressure for Ninjas in Pyjamas.
I mean, at a 9-1 deficit, it's already quite nasty. But I mean, if they can at least scrap together 3 or 4 rounds, at least that, because at the moment it's feeling like that's unlikely. That's insane.
Yeah, the 6-9 chance is about to pass us, and I feel like they need more rounds than they need enough rounds so they don't win or die, live or die by the pistol.
Yeah,
essentially. But that's not going to happen unless these Deagles have the rounds of their lives. 5 rounds is doable as well. And I have faith in the NiP side, and I feel like that would probably be more difficult for Vega Squadron. But again, after winning the pistol and killing the first buy, there's a lot of potential for Vega Squadron, and we've seen that. First kill, though, comes in for NiP. That's an AK picked up. Get Right's got Kevlar as well, so perhaps if they can get that AK to him, then something can be done. Looking for the fast rotation to cut off Vega Squadron before they can make it into B.
Yeah, there's a real opportunity here, actually, for NiP. Yeah, Freiberg's in a nice forward position. A 1-for-1 here would do a world of good. Doesn't get it, though. Again, aim punch is a problem. Forest on the bomb side, though, with the Deagle. The nades start to rain in, and everybody's falling down right now. Once again, NiP unable to find the frags, which is quite sad. They had the bodies in place before the push came in. And they did have some guns, like some Deagles, and there was the AK and so on. So there was definitely work that could have been done, but it's not to be. We see an auto sniper from Exist. Now, in this kind of a situation, like usually the auto sniper is a pickup that people get when it's like, we feel like we've basically won this game. we're in the, we're in the opposite situation for NiP. So it's very interesting that Exist picks it up. He is the culprit, the main culprit who picks up the auto sniper, but I'm very curious how that's going to pan out for him.
He'll be playing that towards the middle area. Again, we've got Mir going back to his usual tricks, it seems. Freiberg's made his way to the vent early. 3 people in mid for NiP to start things off with. Gets Right is on A on his own. We see some guns being swapped. Get Right's made his way into main, actually, so there's some information. Mir looking for some kind of dirty wallbang into the vent. I haven't seen this one before, but Freiberg sees the dots and he's like, yeah, this isn't good. The problem for Freiberg as well is if he goes too far out of the vent, if there was a T close, the T would see Freiberg's legs, and Freiberg wouldn't see the T. So this is a very awkward spot for him.
Yeah, Vega Squadron, they have some slight presence towards B storage now, and around the 1 minute mark, we expect to see those delayed mid takes coming in so that the Ts have the ability to, well, have middle, and then that gives them the option to either split A or B, and it also does remove some info from NiP. Because NiP, they see middle right now, and they feel the B presence, but they still don't see the mid take. There is another there's a Molotov there into the vents, which is very indicative that a team wants to take the B bomb site.
Finally, Exist has made his way over towards B with that auto sniper. That's going to be really important. Lovely flashbang. Freiberg taken down, knowing nothing about it at all. Exist on fire as well. This is an execute coming in from Vega Squadron. That looks pretty good. But here's the auto sniper. Only good for the 1 kill, though. Forrest will trade. He needs to buy time for his team, and indeed he does. Pitt finally with 2 kills, and they've got a man advantage. Whereas Kashanda, though, they have no idea. He's on a low ground. He's got 16 seconds. He has to plant the bomb.
Yeah, there can't be any room for mistakes here, getting caught up in the moment. Pitt just falling back immediately, allowing the plant to go to Vega Squadron so they can take this 2 versus 1. Kashanda, though, does have a real opportunity here. Goes for a quick reload. Just about has time for that, as in comes both of NiP's players. No! Kashanda! How does he get that one? 1 versus 2. That is absolutely crippling to the NiP side.
Oh, man. They went for the double peek. Get Right. I think I can only assume there must have been some landing inaccuracy there. If you jump when you land, your gun is not instantly accurate. There is inaccuracy when you land, and it takes a short amount of time before it to be accurate again. Oh, that's horrible for NiP. This is going to be hard to watch for all their fans around the world.
How do you come back from that?
They've got to just put it past them. They mostly have the experience. Sometimes things go wrong. Got to move on. Got to keep your composure. This is quite the test for NiP. We'll see if they can succeed. Mir, though, looking like too much in the middle area. Been quite the thorn in the side for NiP. They've gone for the force buy. They had 3 UMPs, 2 remain, along with the 2 FAMASs. Practically no utility for NiP to work with. They are at the complete mercy of their captors.
Vega Squadron as well, with the weapon advantage with the early pick-off. They are well set up to win this round also, especially now that Smear's starting to get himself into middle. And once again, Vega Squadron looking to go for an A take. Just waiting now for Chopper to come back from the B side of the map to rejoin the forces to make the push bulkier than it otherwise would be. There is a quick smoke, which is an indication for NiP as to what's going on. They have 3 players on the side. So again, despite the weapon disadvantage, they have the bodies in place. However, now Vega Squadron start to rotate back to B. This is sneaky stuff here from Vega Squadron.
Forrest moving out of the B bomb site. He doesn't have much to defend it with anyway. Get Right taking gambles as they have to in this situation, but he's being contained by Mir. Forrest is a pick, but he can't get out of the danger zone. There's Exist, last man standing. He can't get any kills either. NiP just not winning the duels. I mean, they're ill-equipped to do so, but they know what this... I mean, they've got 1 round. There are 2 rounds left in this half.
This is very hard to watch from the perspective that even if, let's say, Vega Squadron would be the team to win, it's more just about how NiP are losing this at the moment. It's that, like, no one on NiP seems to be able to get the kills in all of these spots. They just don't seem to be nearly as effective as we've seen them in recent days, and this is not the day to falter.
NiP are the team sitting close to us at the moment. Get Right's made his way under the boost. This time there's no spray from Mir. There's no smoke either. And that's smart from Vega Squadron. They're not putting smokes down in the middle area. No wall of smokes or anything like that. Still early, though, for that. No smoke towards connector. They're not giving the CTs anywhere to hide. when they're on eco, because the smokes can be to the advantage of an ecoing team, so you have to be careful where you choose to put them. No smokes from NiP either. No money. Ooh, lovely peeks coming in. Mir gets his bell rung, backs off though. Does not want that AK getting into enemy hands.
If I'm not mistaken, we only saw one timeout from NiP, right? Is that right?
I believe so.
I feel like more timeouts would be good, or only good in a situation like this, just to get people focused. But see a kill coming in from NiP, but traded back here by JR eventually, taking down Exist from that forward position. NiP now going to feel the brunt of the attack from Vega Squadron onto that A bomb site. Just Freiburg left against 4 players. He's got a Deagle. Deagle in a dream. There's 1 kill, but easily traded. Vega Squadron have 13 rounds on the first half against NiP, and there's only 1 round left.
It's going to be a long January for NiP if they do not qualify for the major. But Vega Squadron, I mean, credit to them. They're playing really, really well.
They are.
They don't have too many gaps in what they're putting up against NiP, especially towards the B bomb site. Molotoving everything. The flashbangs are great as well. They have prepared, and they are taking NiP by surprise. And indeed, it's part of the issue when you're up against an enemy you're unfamiliar with. Part of the reason we saw some nice runs from teams in the past year and a half. But once their opponent gets used to them, then those runs tend to come to an end.
Did get a good start though this time from NiP. Already a frag from Forest towards B, and that also sniper, as we can see, has come out for Exist once again. This time he's towards the A bomb site. 3 players on A there for NiP. Freiburg now picks up 1 in middle, so things starting to go a bit better here for NiP. But the best case scenario is 2 rounds. That is that is the best case scenario, and it's still not over here. We've got another frag in middle from Mir. There is just over a minute to play with, so there's a lot of space to work with for the Vega Squadron, well, the remainder of Vega Squadron in JR and Mir.
Mir on 18 kills at the moment. Maybe picking up his 19th, unless Pit can take him down. Pit full health, Mir not much going on. Continuation spray, Pit goes straight into it, and he's going to be dinked through the wall to 3 HP. Nobody on NiP with double figures in the kill column. 35 seconds, and oh no.
Oh dear.
So he dropped from the server. There's been a lot of that this weekend. I know that ELEAGUE are in talks with Valve about it.
That is really weird and awkward.
At least, I mean, they you know, it's less than ideal. That round is of course going to go to NiP because people have been lost. So there we go. It was likely to go to them anyway. But yeah, such is life today, unfortunately. Hopefully there won't be too much.
13-2, James.
13-2.
I can't get over this score.
What if they lose the pistol, Dan? What if they lose the pistol? They have Glocks now. They have Glocks.
It's just very difficult to describe, I mean, what I'm sure a lot of people are feeling looking at this at the moment. Because again, the implications of this is the lifeline for NiP. If they lose this, they're out of the major. Or, well, they won't go to the major, sorry.
It's time to go on a cruise for January.
That is a hugely historic thing, like very...
Nothing lasts forever, Dan.
Just soaking in the implications a little bit. But again, you know, NiP are a strong T side. If they can get off to a good start, if they can get that pistol round, get their anti-ecos going, get some, remind themselves as to how, what it feels like to get some kills. They can absolutely do this.
What if they lose the pistol, Dan?
But what if? Yes, indeed. That's what we're left with during this pause, the what ifs.
Forrest has been talking non-stop pretty much this entire time. I know he's going to be the man to keep the energy high when things are low. We normally see Freiburg hyping the team up before matches start, but Forrest definitely giving the battle cry for his team. But what if they lose the pistol round, Dan? They have a lot of work, a lot on their shoulders. The entire country of Sweden and many people from other countries as well. Freiburg with Molotov and a smoke. Everyone else on Kevlar. Full Kevlar for the CT side. Dan, what if they lose a pistol round?
It's a very scary prospect. Mir's going to be boosted over, and with the door push as well, Vega Squadron are going to be bringing the fight here to NiP before they can get to a bomb site. Garrett with some good damage onto Kashanda, but still, bomb site, it will be taken by the NiP side. Despite losing Get Right on the flank, the bomb can go down, which is not even security at all. I mean, they need to win every round. There is just nothing else that matters at this point. And they're losing every single player almost. It's just down to Freiburg and Exist now. Exist on the bomb site, Freiburg towards B storage. Exist has massive work to do, only gets one. Freiburg has to save this against 3 players. He has the Molotov for the delay. Is it going to be good?
No, it hasn't ended in the right place. No, there's a gap.
Spread? It's spreading, it's spreading.
Oh, he's on fire. Get out there. It's off HP. Freiburg's dead though, and surely the round's got to be won. There's no kit, but it doesn't matter because there's time. There is time. It's ticking so slow. It could put a baby to sleep, Dan. What if they lose a pistol round? Dan, they've lost a pistol round. It's 14-2. 4 spies every round from NiP.
Every single round. Every single round.
That is so brutal, that kill, because if the T doesn't pop the vent, then the headshot probably doesn't kill him. That's such a horrible situation. Even with like AWPs and rifles, it's the same. If you pop the vent first, you're often at a disadvantage. It's crazy.
This is crazy. This is absolutely nuts. 14-2, NiP, as James said, forced by every single round. At least because they got the bomb down, they have the ability to get something in this round. They can. There are some small advantages, and as the T side, you can leverage those advantages. As opposed to the CTs, they have to just wait and see what you're going to do. But you can put the AKs in the right places. You can back it up with, a Tech 9 that can gain ground quite quickly. You can be aided with grenades. You can play to your strengths essentially and try to exploit the weaknesses of the CT setup. They need a pick so desperately here. They need a pick. Forrest looking for the taps. If only one could come his way easily, but it is looking laboured at this point in Vega Squadron. They know what NiP are trying to do right now, and they're not having any of it.
Silence, Cash. The ringing of the odd bullet here and there, but they're not going in the direction that NiP want them to. That's 1 AK taken down. Only 2 players remaining have Kevlar. That AK needs to go to pit if they can even recover it. No one's picked it up just yet. NiP in one of the most desperate situations I can think I've ever seen.
Absolutely. The stakes are so incredibly high. It's just very emotional, I'm sure, for many people to watch this. NiP are going to be moving into the A-bomb site, and Freiburg will be able to get the entry onto Hut G, so there's a chance here to get the bomb planted, but Mir is lurking amongst the smoke here. He seems like he knows where Forrest is standing, goes for the kill onto Exist, he gets it. Freiburg finds the trade, but they know where Forrest is. Forrest has to be absolutely enormous here, gets nothing. It's down to Freiburg, he's got a deagle and 36 points of health. That is such a tall order. Oh man, What do you say about this one, James?
13 match points for Vega Squadron to eliminate Ninjas in Pyjamas from the major qualifier. Will this be the first major where we don't see the Ninjas in Pyjamas? The next round may tell us. 4 spy territory again. The Tech 9s are coming out. I don't think there will be any more AKs. They did get a bomb plant. Forrest hasn't bought just yet, and there it is. Last chance saloon. It could be the last stand for NiP in 2016. Vega Squadron have the opportunity to crush the hopes and dreams of hundreds and thousands of people.
NiP with the full Tech 9s, the full utility. It's a very, very long road. And here they go. As they try to walk it, they'll lose Forrest immediately. Exist as well, taking critical damage, not for any kills. Very telegraphed the play, and it is looking worse and worse. It's just Exist now against 5 players for Vega Squadron, and it's all over. Vega Squadron will eliminate NiP. There will be no major in 2017 for NiP.